descent into darkness, the gruesome crimes begin serial killer. Jeffrey Dahmer's descent into darkness began in 1978, shortly after his high school graduation. His first victim was a hitchhiker named Steven Hicks, whom he lured to his home with promises of beer and companionship. In a brutal act of violence, Dahmer bludgeoned Hicks with a dumbbell and strangled him to death. This was only the beginning of his macabre journey. Over the next 13 years, Dahmer's killing spree continued, claiming the lives of 17 young men. He would often lure his victims to his apartment with promises of money or alcohol. Once inside, they would meet a horrifying fate. Dahmer's methods were unspeakable. He drugged, strangled, and dismembered his victims, keeping parts of their bodies as grotesque souvenirs. Names like Steven Tuomi, Richard Guerrero, and Errol Lindsey became associated with his nightmarish acts. House of Horrors, Gruesome Discoveries, Gruesome Murders. Dahmer's apartment at 924 North 25th Street in Milwaukee became a house of horrors. When police finally searched his residence in July 1991, they uncovered a nightmarish scene. Human skulls, bones, and body parts were found stored in the refrigerator and freezer. There were also barrels of acid containing decomposing bodies. The stench of death permeated the air, and the walls seemed to whisper tales of the unspeakable acts committed within. One of the most horrifying aspects of Dahmer's crimes was his cannibalistic tendencies. He admitted to eating parts of his victims, including their hearts and muscles. This act of consuming human flesh was part of his twisted desire to make his victims a permanent part of himself. Dahmer's depravity knew no bounds, and his actions shocked the nation. Dahmer, who frequently lured victims to his apartment with the promise of money, targeted people who moved from place to place, a fact that also left reporters with scant details of their lives. Using what we have, as well as Annie Schwartz's book on the case, Monster, the True Story of the Jeffrey Dahmer Murders, here's what we know about each victim. And you, my friend, are you ready to know the victims and know the details of the heinous crimes that occurred with them? Leave a comment in the name of one of the victims whose story you want to know. If you are as interested as I am in the details, join the Sam Bubbles family so that we can share with you secrets that no one knows, which we collected from forensic records and from the few words spoken by this devil. Make sure you are subscribed to the channel and activated the bell to enjoy more real horror fun.